Good morning, Eryka. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing, Charlotte?
I'm excellent. I'm very excited to hear your updates on crypto this week and the top news for today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Definitely looking forward to doing this and providing the Escape Artist Insiders with more information about cryptocurrency. This space moves really, really fast. So part of it is staying on top of the news.
Yes, it does move super fast. Now, you had mentioned you were looking at some articles this morning, and what's some top news? Let's start with El Salvador, because El Salvador, it's the Bitcoin capital. So
Mhm.
what did El Salvador do?
So funny enough, yesterday, El Salvador, because yesterday was 12/21/21, they bought 21 Bitcoin. It's supposed to be symbolic of the 21st century and that there is only 21 million Bitcoin that are going to ever be released. So they just added $21 million, 21 Bitcoin to their books.
They also eliminated all their travel regulations. There's no requirements to get into El Salvador. So they are a country to be looking at for many, many reasons.
Definitely good. Yeah, I mean, for like, it's interesting because El Salvador actually means the savior, and for some reason I didn't realize that until a couple days ago. But I think that the way that there's this economic concept of being able to vote with your feet, right? You move to the places where you like the laws of that certain place, and that concept is really why there's a difference between the federal government and the state government. But now, in 2022 almost, we're seeing this concept of moving with your feet. It's going to be a countrywide thing.
Now, have you heard in the news of anyone who thinks that the dollar is going to be replaced by Bitcoin?
Yeah, that was another big one this week. Jack Dorsey. So Jack Dorsey recently stepped down as Twitter CEO. A new Twitter CEO came in, and I think within 48 hours, they deleted like hundreds of thousands of accounts on Twitter. So it's definitely a new landscape on that platform. But he, now that I think he's freed from that position, is opening himself up to be more opinionated, specifically on the top of Bitcoin. He's always been a pretty big Bitcoin supporter. He's enabling like tipping people on Twitter with Bitcoin. But one thing he said this week was that Bitcoin was going to replace the US dollar. I think Cardi B had tweeted something out and he said about Bitcoin, and he replied saying that Bitcoin will replace fiat.
Wow. Now, speaking of opinionated, do you know of anyone who is not a supporter of Bitcoin?
Yeah, interestingly enough, one of the big news pieces this morning was Donald Trump came out, and from his perspective, he's kind of said, like, Hillary Clinton came out earlier this year saying that crypto is very dangerous. It's a threat to the financial system. And I understand why politicians, especially at this level, are against crypto, because they see it as a threat to the dollar. With Donald Trump, he's always been a proponent of making the dollar the strongest currency. So this is why he understands the threat that Bitcoin poses. Unfortunately, however, I wish that the dollar would be the strongest currency, and so does he. But apparently there's nothing the both of us can do about that because they're continually printing money. So what can we do? It's time to port into new systems when the current systems won't work with us to make it better. So he in particular said that, and this is actually pretty, I would say, bullish on crypto, is that he said that the crypto explosion will make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. So he's saying the valuations are going to go up even bigger than when the tech boom happened, but he still personally is a proponent for making the dollar strong, which is understandable for politicians.